Welcome back. Imagine having a hard time getting dressed in the morning, having your daily cup of coffee without spilling it. Simple things that aren't so for Michael Westphal, as the 61-year-old has been living with Parkinson's for the last 12 years. In part one of Fighting to the Finish Line, Westphal shows you how following your passions can ultimately defeat any obstacle in life, even Parkinson's.
If I don't talk, I can calm down, I can sit still.
It's the constant battle Michael Westphal faces.
I can sit very still, but as soon as I start talking, it gets worse.
Every second of every day, as he's been living with Parkinson's for the last 12 years.
Oh, it's very annoying, just because you're in social situations and you can't stop moving.
But he's learned to live with it every step of the way.
You just have to push through it, push through the pain.
With a disease that inhibits movement, Westphal runs half and full marathons.
The friendship and the support I've gotten from the Maine running community, it's been tremendous.
He's no stranger to that community. The Great Cranberry Isle resident ran at MDI High School and later went on to compete at the University of Maine.
One year we left our top 10 runners home from a smaller race, and I won the race. That was fun.
He continued to race after college, even winning the Paul Bunyan Marathon in 1980, but he eventually took a step back.
Family life took over, and I coached Little League and spent time with my kids. I didn't race much.
Then it started.
I started feeling symptoms in 2003, tightening of the muscles on the left arm, left shoulder, and it got progressively worse.
He was diagnosed with Parkinson's a couple years later. But only recently has Westphal returned to running, thanks to an old friend.
I was inspired by Gary Allan.
Allan and Westphal grew up on the island together. In 2013, Allan ran from Cadillac Mountain all the way to Washington, D.C. in just 2 weeks.
I figured if he could run 50 miles a day, I could get up off the couch and run four miles down to the end of the island and back.
And that he did. Marathons, big and small. Great Cranberry Isle, MDI, Boston, New York, you name it, he's done it.
I think that any of us that feel like we're tired or feel like we can't do something in life, you just need to look toward Mike Westphal, and if you're not inspired by that, you're not paying attention.
He defied the odds once again this fall at the MDI Half Marathon.
Yeah, he looked pretty strong the whole race, so very happy that he finished strong.
With his brother Rolf and the entire island cheering him on, Westphal finished with a time of 1 hour, 42 minutes, and 36 seconds, a 7-minute, 48-second mile pace.
A lot of locals watching today, and it's nice to do a nice job in front of them.
For him to continue on, to do the things he loves, is just, it's amazing, very inspiring, and I'm just so proud of him.
Westphal's feats have inspired Allan, his brother Rolf, and so many others. Friday, in part 2 of Fighting to the Finish Line, Westphal welcomes you into his world outside of running and explains why he continues to run half and full marathons. Today, Westphal introduces you to his other passion, carpentry. Now, whether he's cutting wood with a table saw or running a marathon, if it has an indirect or direct impact, he's doing it all for one thing: to help find a Parkinson's cure. When he's not carving a path on MDI or Great Cranberry Isle, Michael Westphal is crafting some of what it has to offer.
You gotta just hold on to what things that you can do. Find things that you love to do, and hold on to it as long as you can.
Westphal runs his own contracting company.
And we epoxy them together.
He caretakes, designs, and has even built homes in the MDI Great Cranberry Isle area.
Well, it makes you feel better. Just getting up and getting to work every day, it makes a big difference.
Carpentry and running, two of his passions that serve as escapes from the harsh reality.
With Parkinson's, you have to give up things, and sometimes it's not safe to use a saw. Use a table saw or or a chop saw. You have to be careful. So I don't do much of it anymore. I do a little bit.
While one may eventually have to take a back seat, the other will continue, as long as he's able to put one foot in front of the other.
I'm trying to do these runs to bring more awareness to Parkinson's disease. But believe me, I'm never pretty doing it. That's okay.
He's spoken about his journey to various groups, including the Maine Parkinson's Society, as well as the Michael J. Fox Foundation, which is dedicated to finding a cure for Parkinson's.
They asked me to be the guest speaker at the Michael J. Fox MVP Awards dinner for top fundraisers across the U.S.
At that banquet in 2016, he met one of his biggest inspirations, Michael J. Fox himself.
He's fighting the thing tooth and nail, and you know he's learned to live well with Parkinson's.
It's an organization that means the world to Westfall. In just 3.5 years, he's raised $87,000 for the foundation.
It's one of the things that drives me to keep raising funds for Team Fox, the Michael J. Fox Foundation, is the fact that there's a chance that there's a genetic link in Parkinson's. I'm raising funds so that they don't have to deal with it.
Fighting to the finish line, not for himself, but for his family and to hopefully inspire others.
Anyone who isn't moved, genuinely moved by his effort and sort of the honesty and the purity of what he's doing, then you're probably not alive, because it's really something.
According to its website, the Michael J. Fox Foundation has funded more than $800 million to speed a cure for Parkinson's disease. As one race ends, another is about to begin for Westfall. He will be running in the Millinocket Marathon on December 8th as he's determined to continue raising money for Parkinson's research.